Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be going through all the basic makeup 101 things that you need to know. This is the video that is going to help you out getting the makeup fundamentals down and going through each and every step. If you guys enjoyed this video, you want more videos like this where I teach you and I show you kind of like the basics, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to keep creating this kind of content. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, make sure you hit that like button. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below so you stay up to date with all of my uploads. And without further ado, let's get started in today's video. So today is really going to be about kind of like a makeup basics, kind of 101 about makeup, all things that you need to know to kind of start off. I've been a makeup lover for years, so I thought this would be a fun way to kind of teach people about makeup. And today we're really going to be focusing in on our face, like how to apply foundation, bronzer, blush, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Before you start with your makeup, you want to make sure you have a good clean base. So just make sure you clean your face, wash it. Before we even touch our foundation, I want to prime my skin. So I'm going to go in with one of my favorite primers, which is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This one is in the one that is like the matte Putty Primer. It's really not that matte, but you want to find a primer that works best for your skin. So the reason why I love this primer is because it does fill in the pores. And it just makes my skin look so smooth and beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin with this. I usually grab about like this much, which is like, I guess a dime size, and rub it together to kind of like warm it up, if you will. And then I just put it, focusing it on my T-zone. And I personally like to go in with setting spray before I go in with my makeup. You're technically supposed to do this after makeup, but I like to do it before and after. Just feel like it really helps your makeup melt together. Also, I just want to quickly mention there are so many different setting sprays. It all depends on what your need is. If you like to be more dewy or if you like to be more matte, there's so many good drugstore setting sprays out there. So kind of do like a trial and error, if you will. e.l.f. is a really good brand to start when you're testing out new makeup because they're so affordable, but their makeup is also really good. So definitely check out e.l.f. Right, now that our base is ready, we're gonna go in with foundation. And again, this is personal preference, what kind of skin type you are and what you prefer. So if you prefer a more lightweight foundation, the Essence Pretty Natural foundation is a great foundation for just very natural skin. I feel like it covers up my redness, but it doesn't cover too much back. It looks like I'm wearing makeup. Now, if you want something that's more medium to buildable coverage, the Nyx Born To Glow is one of my favorite foundations. Now, this is a dewy foundation as well. So if you're more oily, like say in the summertime, I get really oily, I stay away from this foundation because it's not gonna last and it's just gonna break up on my skin because I just get too oily. But since we're going into the colder months, this foundation, like, I love this foundation. It looks beautiful, it makes my skin look flawless. I could go into a great like detailed video on foundation and honestly about each and every product, like about if you like this, if you like that, then choose this and all those things. So let me know down below if you really want to like dive deep into like my top 5 mattes, my top 5 dewy foundations, or my top 5 natural foundations. Let me know because I would definitely do that. I might just do it anyways, who knows. But today I'm going to be going in with the NYX Born To Glow foundation. And what I like to do is I like to put some on the back of my hand. This way I know how to distribute it, but I might not need that much, I might need more. It all depends on what kind of coverage I'm going for today. So just to be safe, I always put it on the back of my hand. You could at least distribute it easier that way. Now again, makeup application. You could go in with a beauty sponge or you could go in with a blending brush. Today I'm be going in and using my damp beauty blender sponge. I know it's dirty, it needs to be cleaned, but honestly you could find these in the drugstore. I would not pay full price for a beauty blender because the drugstore has really good ones. And you just stamp it in. Okay, so I decided to keep this more on like the natural side. You could definitely build this up to like a more full coverage foundation, but I'm just gonna keep it as is, and we're gonna go ahead and jump to our concealer. I feel like there's so many different ways to do concealer nowadays, so I'm going to be showing you 2 techniques on each eye. I hate saying it because I used to do it. I kind of still do it this way and I prefer this method, but this is like the old school way. And essentially you put your concealer right here in the corner of your eye, and then just kind of like creating like a little wing like that and bringing it down on the side of your nose. And then what I personally like to do is always grab my finger and just kind of pushing it into the skin and blending it out. And I'm actually gonna bring this underneath my eyebrow, and then I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just stamp it into my skin. Now, I guess like this is like the more new trendy thing people do, is they just put it right here, a little bit of concealer in the corner of your eye, and then just flick that up, just like that. So you're definitely using a lot less product, but still also highlighting the areas that need to be highlighted. Again, I just like to go in with my finger, blend it out, and then just going in with the beauty blender and just blending it all together. Honestly, it's personal preference, whichever one you like better. Now, before we go to blush and bronzer and highlighter and all that good stuff, we're gonna go ahead and set our makeup. If you're gonna be using any cream products like cream, blush, or bronzer, then you would wanna do it before you set your makeup, but I'm not going to be going into that today. So I'm just gonna be going in with just a face powder, and I'm gonna be using the Believe Beauty one, and essentially putting this all over my face. But I'm actually going to start with my under eye area. So I'm just dipping it into here, and then I'm going to be tapping off the excess. And before I set my under eye area, I'm actually going to blend out, make sure there's no creases, because you don't want to set your under eye with creases in there. And then just dab it underneath your eye, kind of pressing into it. You could either go in with a brush like this, or you could go in with your beauty sponge. So I'll show you the sponge way. You just press it into your skin. I actually prefer a sponge, and I kind of wish I did the sponge on this side too. Again, when it comes to makeup, everything's just gonna be personal preference, what you like, what you prefer, and what you're comfortable with. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my sponge again, dip it back into the powder, press this into my skin. If the powder is too mattifying for you, then go ahead and spray your face with setting spray. I feel like that really helps kind of bring that like moisture back into your skin. So I personally like to start with my bronzer, and I'm going to be using this Milani. This is their Silky Matte bronzer. This is like the color 03 Suntan. I'm not contouring or anything. I'm literally just bronzing up my skin, and I like to use like kind of like a more tapered brush or a big fluffy brush if I just like want bronzer all over my face. But for today, we're just using this more like tapered brush, and I'm going to be placing that kind of like above, you see by like where my ear hits, like this is where my cheekbone starts, and I'm going to be placing that right here in this area. This is really going to make your face look kind of like sculpted without having to contour. I like to do it lightly and just run this brush back and forth until I see that like the color is building up. And then I like to bring my bronzer right here around my forehead, and then bringing it back to the other side of my face. Now, if you really want your bronzer to like stick out and like kind of like really contour your face, then I would put powder right underneath it, just to like chisel that out. I'm not gonna do that because this is supposed to be like a basic, simple look, so we're gonna skip that part. Moving on to blush, I'm gonna be using this Essence blush. This is the color Bespoke. I'm gonna be placing that kind of on top of where I just placed my bronzer, and I'm putting the brush upward towards my hairline. Placing your product upward like that really helps like lift your face up. So just keep that in mind when you're placing it. You want your face to be lifted. Okay, this is the last and final step. I'm gonna be going in with the Pixi Highlighter Duo. And again, you could skip this part if you don't wanna look dewy, or if you want like a more matte look, then just stop it here. But so you wanna place your highlight upward, again, same direction where like the blush and bronzer is, right on top of that blush. And then I like to put them a little bit on my tip of my nose, and then right on the cupid's bow of my mouth. Then I like to go in with a more tapered small brush and just go above my eyebrows, highlighting that, and then in the inner corner of my eyelids as well. The very last step for me, okay, this is a must for me. I like to just go in with a clean, big fluffy brush, kind of like with like a soft bristle. And then I like to just blend everything together. I lied, I forgot, we still need to go in with a setting spray and set your makeup. Make sure your foundation stays in place and it's not gonna go anywhere, no matter how hot or how cold or how many masks you wear over your face. You always wanna set your makeup. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows and eyelashes off camera, and I will be right back. That about wraps up this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I was helpful. Please let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you would like to learn more about kind of like how to makeup tutorials. I'm thinking about maybe just making this a series, like how to do winged eyeliner or how to apply falsies or just like different things like that. This is definitely a beginner friendly makeup. Everything I used here was actually drugstore. But if you guys do want to see more beauty and makeup content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to also hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. I would really appreciate it. And as always, before signing off, I want to leave you with this. You are beautiful, you are loved, and you are worthy. All right, guys. Bye.